Hi, everyone. This is Liz and Eddie. We are starting our own Get to Know Us.
Yes, this is our first video. We had a little bit of in between time for patience, and I feel like a lot of people out there, see us on social media and things of that nature, and we want to be a little bit more personal. So we get a lot of questions asked about us as a couple, and then also us as a
Med
business
spa
bit,
owners.
yeah, med spa owners and business things of that nature. So one of the common questions we get is, how do we start Doe Skin? How do we even get here?
It was
You know,
those. It was us.
right? So, I think it started a couple years ago. We were at a LAFC game, and Liz and I were eating, and we kind of always manifested opening up a business together. And we were thinking of, what are the names? What can we put out there that was kind of unique and different, and
Right away, I shared with Eddie. Well, as a nurse, I practice medicine. So
right.
we always indicate a dose of medication, right? Whether it's, whether IV, IM route, or oral, or, through skin. So I was like, a dose, something with a dose.
Right.
And then he was putting more of his input. And when he was putting that input, you guys, he was thinking, like powerfully thinking. And as a couple, I'm like, man, we've been through a lot, but at the end of the day, the
Yeah.
beauty of a lot. And I saw how he was just putting so much thought. And I'm like, man, we both, those have been together and we've been through a lot. So I was like,
Right.
Eddie, me and you. And right away, he's like, I was thinking that. Go on.
Yeah, nah, I mean, it's true. And obviously, when Liz said dose, I was like, well, let's put a little bit of our, Latin roots within our name. And so we decided to take off the E, and it just kind of fit. And then the next word, we're like, well, the next word was kind of simple. We were like, oh, well, what does Liz inject? You know what I mean? So it was penetrating the skin. So that's how Doe Skin came about. Obviously, we're still fresh, we're still new. We appreciate all the support. We did open up last year,
Correct.
but at the time, not
There's
too
a
many
little
people
story behind it
know.
too.
Yeah, not too many people know what was going on. So, Doe Skin was never planned for last year. I was working in San Diego. I used to do drone shows. I know a lot of people don't know that either, but I was piloting a drone show in San Diego. Liz was going to come meet me for the weekend, 4th of July weekend. Shows up, and, she was kind of a little bit of a mess. Hot mess.
Yes. I was just nervous. I just didn't know if it was the right time to talk to you about it. So kind of the moment I
Right.
looked into his eyes, he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Her eyes were bloodshot red. Obviously, it looks like she was crying all the whole drive, and I was in the middle of a show, so I couldn't really stop. I told her to sit down, maybe go have something to eat, something to drink, and once the show's over, we'll talk about what happened. And sure enough, her and her previous employer obviously had different, visions for the future, and decided to part ways. And so at the time, it was unexpected for both of us, for her, and I think we were also planning a wedding at
a
the time.
wedding.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
had
had
a
everything booked. Our flight to Cabo to look at venues. And we had already booked the flights. This was a month before being let go. So at
right,
the time, I'm like, what do we do? Do we still take this trip? Like, I don't have a job.
right,
All these negative thoughts because it's just, I know it happens to many of us. And at the end of the day, we learn that it's a blessing in disguise, right? Because as they say, one door closes, many others open.
right.
And Doe Skin opened up for us, quicker than what we anticipated in life, which again has been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, no, we had a trip planned. I mean, we had Cabo planned. We had the venue situated. We had everything going. Liz and I are married, but we wanted to plan the ceremony. We haven't had that since we've been together, so that's something that we wanted to do. But a consolation prize having a business is not bad at all. So we are eventually going to end up getting there to that point again. But at the time, it was tough, and it's tough for both of us. Tough individually, tough as a couple. But when all that happened, I told her just to kind of regroup herself, and I did what I could. to try to keep everything afloat, keep our heads above water. I think at the time I made a video about me Ubering. I did Uber, which I have a lot of respect for Uber drivers, Uber Eats drivers, and
Sometimes we gotta do what we gotta
yeah,
do, and that sacrifice was definitely, something that helped us throughout that
yeah,
little, circumstances. But thank you for doing that.
yeah. Don't
Don't
be
ever give
yeah.
up.
Don't
Don't
ever
ever
give
give
up.
up.
I mean,
No.
Uber actually you make a lot of money. So if you are looking for something to do part time, you should do Uber because honestly, it was great for us for a couple months. Actually, Liz actually hung out with me a couple times there,
That was my
but
cardio sometimes.
I was doing the drone show, stuff like that. But then, I got to work. I told Liz, and you know what? Liz actually had a lot of job offers from a lot of great
Yes,
places.
it was a huge blessing to everyone that may be watching this and reached out to me to offer me a position at their practice. Like a huge thank you. I will forever hold you in my heart. Of course, when I announced that I was no longer at the practice that I was let go from, a lot of individuals reached out to me, and it was like I was like, oh my god! It went from like losing a job to having like a few opportunities, and I'm thankful for all those med spas that see my work, that believed in me, that wanted to give me that opportunity. Right? I was jumping when those opportunities came, and Eddie's looking at me like, I'm happy for you, but sometimes you just gotta jump on fire and do something for yourself and believe in yourself and follow your passion. So of course there was a lot of like excitement and fear in starting our own practice, but at the end of the day, it's the truth, right? We have to work for it. We have to believe in ourselves, and we have to know that we're improving every single day, right? Whether it's not just in my profession and just in general. So we said, yeah, let's help me connect these dots because I am
Mhm.
clueless how to start, which is another common question we get. How did we start Doe Skin, or how did we start our med spa, which is a video to come. We can go a
Right.
little bit more in
Yeah,
details.
it's another video. It's a very lengthy process.
So drop your questions in this, in this post, whether
Mhm.
we post it on YouTube or our social medias. Drop
Right.
those questions because
Right.
as we do our next video, our goal is to maybe also get to know you and get to know where maybe questions are, whether it's like you said, our personal
Mhm.
relationship. How did we start? How do we keep each other grounded?
Right.
Med spa as a nurse provider. How did I start? Right.
Right.
So we're here for it.
Yeah, no. We'll get into the whole how we started, the specifics in terms of that nature. But don't give up. No, life is tough. Life is tough. I mean,
That's the
tough for
beauty of it,
yeah. That's the
right?
beauty in the
Tough
in
and
the
growth.
process of everything that we do here, and it's not easy, and you just kind of have to just grind it out and continue pushing and not give up. That's the most important part. I think the hardest part is not giving up. And sometimes I feel like sometimes you get to a wall and you're like, wow, I can't do this anymore. But when it gets to that point, you just keep pushing and pushing harder and
Or
harder.
reach out
Yeah,
to people, family, friends, resources,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Sometimes there's, amazing humans out there that
Hmm.
will respond to your questions out there, right? So
Right,
that's why our goal is to just, if we can help someone, why not, right? I think
right.
at the end of the day, help someone today, someone will help you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're excited to continue getting to know you and for you to get to know us,
Hmm.
and can't wait.
Yeah. So tune into the next video. If you guys want to know something about us, or you guys have questions in terms of the industry, even our personal life, but nothing too personal. But we just kind of wanted to come on here and introduce ourselves as the owners of Doe Skin, and introduce the people that you're going to be meeting when you actually come and see us. So till next time, happy Saturday. Have a great weekend, guys.
Toodles.